Yo, I can't even believe what I saw today. Sources are telling certain people that the Indian and Fever don't want Caitlin Clark anymore. That's crazy. Shocking, no. Crazy, yeah. And if the ownership of the Indian and Fever allow their completely incompetent front office to trade Caitlin Clark, they deserve their fate. They absolutely deserve their fate. There's been a whole lot of stuff going on the last week. Opinions about everything. Thoughts that Caitlin Clark is fighting against her own franchise. Thoughts that her franchise doesn't like her. Thoughts that the Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark do not get along. Thoughts that everything that can go wrong is going wrong within this franchise. And our eyes are seeing what our eyes are seeing. We're seeing how the offense is not being run through her. We see how she gets overly criticized for her defense, how the defensive schemes, of which apparently there's only one, are designed to have her on an island in iso ball, and how basically they would rather have Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston be the face of this franchise and be the 1 and 2 option, and have Caitlin Clark fade into the background because they either don't like Caitlin Clark, they don't like Caitlin Clark's fan base, or maybe a combination of both. This stuff is absolutely nuts. And there was a post by Jason Whitlock where he said that sources are telling him that Caitlin Clark is on the market for the Indiana Fever. Let's find that particular post that he made right here. And I think posts like these are very, very dangerous when you post them because you better be accurate. Quite honestly, I don't even know who I trust anymore when it comes to this stuff. But this is what Jason Whitlock said. The Indiana Fever are planning to ship Caitlin Clark to the Los Angeles Sparks. I expect UCLA coach Corey Close to be the head coach of the Sparks. Brother, you better have some real sources that told you that shit and not some cockamamie nonsense because I don't even know if I believe this. I believe that they might be on the market for her. I believe that they are not happy with her. I believe that they don't care for her. I believe that there are internal issues that exist. I believe that Lynn Dunn is feeding Dan Dakich a whole bunch of information saying that she's a diva and disparaging her name, which honestly is so stupid. You know why? Because if you disparage her name and all that stuff, then you're going to devalue her in the trade market. So if you actually did want to trade her, you are downgrading her value when you disrespect her publicly. This is something that should be, I don't know, told to Lynn Dunn and Kelly Crosskoff and Amber Cox and all the idiots that run the Indian Fever franchise. You don't disparage an asset when you're trying to trade the asset. It devalues the asset. And Caitlin Clark might be the greatest asset in the history of the WNBA. Not might be. She is the greatest asset in the history of the WNBA. If Caitlin Clark got traded, whatever franchise that she ended up with would have an immediate boom in ticket sales, merchandise sales, revenue around their arena, revenue to their city. It would explode overnight. So he says this, and there's people commenting saying she needs to leave the whatever. Could you please share your source? Like, duh, no, you don't have. Like, well, come on, man. Now, this one's saying trolling. I don't know. Again, I don't know where it came from. All I know is Jason Whitlock is probably not going to post this unless he got this from somebody. I'd have to think he got it from somebody. I don't know who, but he got it somewhere. And that was June 5th at 10:43 in the morning. Now, prior, or I don't know if it was prior to that or before, after that, Mychal Thompson, who, if you don't know who Mychal Thompson is, he posted a day earlier. So prior to this, he posted a day earlier on June 4th, 2026. I'm hearing from a reliable source the Fever don't want Caitlyn no more. Sparks, go get her now. Now, if that is Jason Whitlock's source, that the Sparks are going after Caitlyn Clark, well, then that's shitty journalism. But I can tell you this: Mychal Thompson played for the Lakers. Son Klay Thompson obviously plays for the is he with the Dallas Mavericks now? I think Mychal Thompson. Does he do TV for the Lakers? He is actually the Lakers radio color commentator. So he is a Laker employee right now, which means he's a Sparks employee. Probably, I think they probably are owned by. Are they owned by the same people? I don't even know. Who cares? He's a Laker employee, so he's in the knowledge base. Um, so obviously, this is a guy that has brains and understands revenue and understands how great she is now. The question is, what could make this trade happen? Is this real? Is it not real? I don't believe these types of things pop out of thin air. I believe they get leaked. And this would be the single largest trade in the history of the WNBA if it were to happen. I do not think it will happen, even though I would love for it to happen. I find it ironic, if that's the right word, that Angel Reese gets traded by the Chicago Sky because they just want to get rid of her so badly, and that the Indiana Fever, 10 games into this season, trade Caitlin Clark because they want to get rid of her so badly. I mean, that is absolutely crazy. It's absolutely crazy to see that could possibly, this rivalry of these two players could turn into both players being traded before their third season, before the end of their third season. Again, I don't know if it's going to happen. I think it'd be a fiscally irresponsible move by the Indiana Fever to even consider this. But if you read these comments, the WNBA would really take root if Clark went to New York or California team. They know how to market. And that's really, I think, a big component is that I don't think the Indiana Fever know what to do with Caitlin Clark. No matter what they say, I don't think they truly know what to do. I think they're clueless. I think they're incompetent. And I think they are in over their heads when it comes to Caitlin Clark. I think they would much rather not deal with this day-to-day stress of her on their team. They don't know how to use her. They don't want to use her the way she should be used in order to win. Can you imagine if she were playing for the LA Sparks? If Kelsey Plum's averaging 27 a game, Lord have mercy, I think Caitlin Clark would probably be averaging 30 because Kelsey Plum has carte blanche to do whatever she wants. Now, let's say it is the LA Sparks. Let's say the LA Sparks are legitimately trying to go get Caitlin Clark. What would it take for that to happen? Off the bat, it would have to include Kelsey Plum. I do not see there being any way in which this trade can get made without Kelsey Plum in the trade. But let's say they actually don't want Kelsey Plum because they view her similarly to how they view Caitlin Clark, and at the same time, Kelsey Plum, Kelsey Mitchell are kind of redundant as a player, both left-handed, 5'8", two guards. Realistically, Plum can actually play point, but really seems more suited as a two with the way she plays. What could they trade? What could they trade? Could they trade Ray Burrell? Could they trade Ariel Atkins? Could they trade um, De'Arica Hamby? Could they trade? Because that is a need of the Indiana Fever is an actual power forward. They have a desperate need for a power forward. So De'Arica Hamby would seem to be a likely person to include in that type of trade. But some of the comments here, um, Mychal Thompson's pushing it, obviously. A lot of comments here, obviously, that people have and opinions that they have. I I don't see it happening because I think it would be the most even people that do not care for Caitlin Clark's antics on the basketball court with the complaining and stuff like that with the officials and the histrionics and so forth. I don't think that even those people would want to see a trade like this made because you can pretty much guarantee yourself that this team would no longer be a contender. Because at the end of the day, you would have gotten rid of your point guard. And Kelsey Mitchell's history shows that she can't lead anybody. It's a simple fact. Would I love it? No bullshit. Absolutely. I would love it. I want Caitlin Clark traded so badly. I want her traded to the Liberty, though. I don't want her traded to LA. I don't want to be up till 1 o'clock in the morning watching her basketball games every single day. I want her traded to the Liberty. That would be my ultimate destination for Caitlin Clark. That that would be the spot. Or and this one is because I'm covering them, the Washington Mystics. The Washington Mystics will be a location that I would love to see her in. It's a young team. She's a young player herself. She'd be handed the keys to the car. There would be no conversations about how do you use Caitlin Clark. Now, mind you, I think you need a new coach as well in that situation because I think he's a little bit in over his head as well. But that is a major metro market, the Washington D.C. Area. Um, but the number one location for me would be New York City with the Liberty, and I think they can make it happen. So obviously, we don't know if this is all real or not. It it typically doesn't come out like this from people in this. I don't know if it's real or not, but if it were real, I would be all for it. And the reality is, when there's smoke, there's fire. Because a lot of stuff's been leaked this week by that Fever organization to disrespect Caitlin Clark. That it's pretty over the top. But hey, y'all let me know y'all thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Hype the video. Appreciate y'all as always. This is Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.